Here we go. Miami qualifying time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes well. So. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What round's this? Round 5, round 6? It's round 5, isn't it? But, yeah, round 5. Lap distance of 500, not 500, 5,412 kilometres. Fucking hell. Looks like it's going to be Verstappen out in a league of his own and a battle between the two Ferraris and Perez for the second place spot on the front row. Looks like Verstappen's out in a league of his own. Got around 2-3 minutes until qualifying starts. Bit of a weird track, this and all. It's like a street circuit. It's a bit like Saudi Arabia, a bit like a street circuit, but it's not a street circuit as well. The walls are close, but then the walls ain't close. It's not like a Monaco, Singapore, but then the walls are also very close in a lot of parts of the track. So. Track's rubbed in as well. It was a new track service, so first 1.5 practice sessions, drivers were complaining, not a lot of grip locking up into turn 1, but nah, they're all happy with it. The Dirty Dutchman's on the screen, not a big fan of that cunt. Leclerc and Sainz are looking good here. Upgrades from Baku look like they're looking good on car for this weekend. Merc not looking the strongest. Look like they're going to be 4th quickest car this weekend. Maybe fighting Stroll, and Alonso might try and push on fight Ferraris. Around 1 minute now until cars leave pit lane and go out on track. Got a couple of cars in pit lane now ready to go out. Sargent, hometown, he was born in Miami. Not the greatest driver in the world though. Got a nice helmet though. Looking decent. Front of the queue is Albon, who's got a golf ball helmet for this weekend. and lights gone green. Q1, 18-minute session. Albon's out. I'll pump my chair up a bit. There we go. Almost got 10 cars out on track, so they'll be doing their out laps. Get tyres up to temperature. Get ready to go out on a flyer. 2 Williams out in front, then followed by 2 Alfa Romeos, then the 2 Alfa Tauris, and then we've got Aston McLaren behind them. Might be quite an interesting first qualifying session this, with the likes of Mercedes falling closer and closer to midfield this weekend by the looks of it. So the likes of the Alpines, Hasses, McLarens might be able to mix it up, cause a shock exit in Q1 or Q2. Albon and Sargent just coming up to the last proper corner on the track now, turn 17. So Albon's going to start his flying lap. He's been really strong this season so far, old Albon has. He'll be looking to get into Q2, maybe even Q3. And Albon's starting his flying lap now. Let's see if Sargent can match Albon's pace this weekend. Obviously, he's not going to have done a lot of track running around Miami, as it's a fairly new circuit, but you know, hometown, home race, I was already backed out. Fucking hell, I ain't gone down too well, has it? I thought he might have bit up home race, but now he's bottled it first time round. That's great for him. Just went a bit too deep into turn one, did old Sargent. As we now have Hulkenberg crossing the line, followed by the 2 Mercs. Albon now coming up to back straight, just done turn 16, and he's got back straight to turn 17, 18, 19, and then across the line. Got a bit of traffic on the back straight, but there shouldn't be too much problem. Might give him a toe or just back out of the way to start their lap. The Alpines got out of the way. As he just comes around turn 17 now. Going to cross the line any second now. What lap time's he going to put in? 1:27. Oh dear, 1:39. Not the strongest lap then for old Albon. Joe 1:30 flat. Bottas 29.9. Oh, Hulkenberg. Rear end steps out there. He's almost put it in wall. He was on a half decent lap there as well. Compared to lap times so far, he's on a half decent lap. Russell only third there. As you can see, Merckx ain't looking the strongest so far. As Hamilton goes ninth. Verstappen goes quicker by a second. Fucking hell, man. Painful to watch, man. Second quicker already. I mean, he's a second quicker than NASCAR. He's only 3 tenths quicker than the Alpine, but and Perez goes quicker by a tenth, but oh, that's a big save from Hulkenberg. That's full opposite like that was. That was a big one. That proper big one. And now we've got the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Going to start his first flying lap. He should be mixing it up with the big boys. Maybe not for pole, but for second. It looks like the Ferrari's got the pace this weekend to be the second quickest car. Maybe beat Perez if he's not got his A game. So let's see how Leclerc does on this lap then. Coming up to the first sector split. Let's see how his lap time's looking compared to Perez now. He's 500ths up on Perez so far in the first sector there as well, Charles Leclerc. 500ths up. Let's see what his teammate Sainz has got in the locker. 100th up, so very tight between those two so far. Got a lot of traffic. He's got a Red Bull ahead of him. He'll have to get out of the way. And he does. His teammate Sainz might get compromised by all this traffic. He's got around 4 or 5 cars in a really tight part of the track. Leclerc nicely done. Right up against the wall there. 10th down on Perez in the middle sector. Sainz loses 4 tenths in the middle sector there. Must have been there was a lot of traffic on there, so he should improve next time round. Leclerc P2. Sainz goes 4th, half a second down. Let's see what the Aston Martins have got in locker. They have been the second quickest car pretty much all season, other than Baku last race, and they're going to be the second quickest car this race. So let's have a look what Fernando Alonso can do. Hamilton saying he's hit the wall. That's not great news. Not great news at all. Alonso is second up on Hulkenberg. That's going to put him around 29.9 so far, which isn't the strongest lap time. That's going to put him around P9, P10 at the moment. Let's see what he's got in the middle, on the last sector even. Turn 18, then the last corner. Turn 19, crosses the line. P4, purple last sector. Especially how drugged Aston Martin is. That's a good lap for Fernando Alonso there. Let's see what his teammate Lance Stroll's got. P10, 8 tenths down. Has P5, great lap from Magnussen there. Hulkenberg goes P11. At the moment, Hamilton last, followed by De Vries, Russell, Norris and Tsunoda. Not looking good for the Merc boys. Just looking at a replay of Hamilton here. Is this where he clips the wall? Oh no, he gets traffic. Oh yeah, he does hit the wall. He has to get out of the way of a car, and he turns right to avoid the car and hits the wall. Kevin Magnussen, he's setting up a flying lap, and he just parked it on the racing line on Apex, and Hamilton's up to avoid him, turned right and smashed his car in the wall. So not great, that. Alex Albon being checked into the weighbridge to make sure everything's at the right weight. Hamilton's just came out of the pits, so he'll probably be on that scrub set of tyres. Yep, just being confirmed that. On the same set of tyres. Russell complaining of understeer as well. It's been a bit scruffy so far this weekend for the Merc boys. Russell, purple in the first sector, hello. The track evolution now, starting to kick in, getting more grippy, getting quicker and quicker, but purple middle sector for Russell there. Quickest of them all. Can he go quicker in the middle sector as well? Can he take a bit of stress off himself? 10th down off Perez, personal best. It's looking better, this. Obviously, the leading pack will still need to set times again, and he'll probably fall back down to 7th row. But if we can get a good lap in here, he should be good. As the purple first sector, quickest first sector, has been taken away from him, so someone else has gone quicker in the first sector. And Verstappen's gone quicker in the first sector, 29.2 for Verstappen. Russell coming up to the line, P8, 4/10 off. Leclerc fastest in the middle sector, 33.2 for Leclerc. The top 8 separated by 4.5 tenths as Leclerc goes 5 tenths quicker than Perez. Well, 4 tenths quicker than Perez. So that soon changes it up. But now we've got loads of people putting in their lap times now, and they're going for a new set and put a lap time in again at the end of the session. Ooh. Sainz almost put Joe in the wall there. That was close. Joe was going slow, just trying to avoid anything. Not on the floor or anything. He's just trying to go on the outside of the Ferrari to avoid him, and the Ferrari almost just pushed him into the wall. Naughty there from Sainz. Magnussen clips the wall there. Exit in the middle sector, just clips the wall onto the long back straight. Hamilton on a flyer now. Personal best first sector. Out of 16 now, Hamilton up to turn 17, long back straight, DRS wide open, 6 tenths up on Sargent. I don't know where that's going to put him, probably around 7th or 8th, similar to his teammate. They're not looking like they're going to be able to fight even the Aston Martins this weekend so far. Hamilton, round turn 19, crosses the line. P10. It's not looking good here for the Merc boys. They've got a fresh set of tyres to put on, but they're looking proper shit. Really slow. It's going to be proper nip and tuck if they make it through to Q2 at this rate. Same for them for the Merc boys. Not looking the greatest that. As Charles Leclerc looks like he's starting a flying lap. Oh no, Leclerc's not on a flying lap. I think he'll be on an in lap. As both the Red Bulls are coming in now. I don't think they need to go out to set another lap, but they might. I think everyone maybe from 5th down to 20th obviously going to be putting a new set of boots on, going for a quicker lap. Hulkenberg and Tsunoda on flyers now. Hulkenberg 9 tenths up on Bottas, so this is a decent little lap here for Hulkenberg. That's going to definitely knock the Mercedes down another place, both of them. It's going to put him back up to around 7th or 8th for Hulkenberg, I think. As he comes round turn 17, round turn 18, up to the line. Hulkenberg crosses the line. P4, great lap. Both of the Mercs are just getting closer and closer to the drop-off zone. 13th and 14th now. 16th place in the drop-off zone. Now 15th and 14th. They're in the pit, so they're going to get another lap in. But it's going to be nipping tuckers now. Russell's in the knockout zone. Oh dear. This ain't looking good, this. Nick de Vries crosses the line. Goes P8. Puts both of the Mercs in the knockout zone now. Let's see how this turns out then. Oh, naughty that. That'll be a fine. AlphaTauri released Nick de Vries out in pit lane in front of Hulkenberg and almost crashed into him, so that's going to be a naughty that'll be a slap on wrist. Hamilton now making his way out of the pit lane. The Mercs have got to open up for, if a red flag comes out now, they're starting the race 16th and 17th. They need to keep calm now. Nothing happens on track that they can't control, and get a lap in, and a decent one as well, because otherwise 16th and 17th is going to be the highest they can qualify. Not looking good, this. Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton and Russell. You'd expect those four not to be in the knockout zone, but they are, as Lando Norris is coming up to turn 17 with his beach ball helmet even, to start his flying lap. Everyone on track with fresh tyres, other than two Red Bull boys who are in the pits. They believe they're safe. Lando Norris coming up to the line to start his one and only flying lap. Let's see what Lando Norris has got. Through turn 1, 2, through turn 3. Looks nice and neat. Maybe a bit deep into turn 1, but he's managed to carry it through. Sergio Perez actually came out in the end on a set of U-Soft. Magnussen, third fastest. Great lap from Kevin Magnussen. He should be safe. Norris, 3/10 up. Leclerc goes up to third, 27.7. DRS wide open for Lando Norris. Carlos Sainz goes second fastest, 27.6. 3:15, then 16 comes Lando Norris. Got the long run now down to turn 17. He's 2/10 up on Esteban Ocon, who is the driver at risk. Hamilton and Russell starting their flying laps now. Just coming up to the end of the first sector is George Russell. What's his first sector looking like? He's a 10th up on Esteban Ocon. Not blitzering pace there from Russell, to be fair. Not looking great for old Russell. Hamilton 2.5 tenths up. Lando Norris crosses the line. Good enough for 11th. He's still at risk, is Lando Norris. George Russell coming into the middle part of the lap now, through the tight and twisty part of the lap. Mercedes looks like a proper handful through here. Turn 16 now. Now he's got the long back straight going up to turn 17. 6/10 up on Sargent. This should be good enough for Russell. 5/10 up on Stroll, who is now the driver at risk. Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin has already set a lap, and he's supposed to be in a very decent looking car this weekend as well as the old Aston Martin. Piastri got not quick enough to be out. 16th. Russell now 17th. George Russell crosses the line. Goes 10th fastest. Next up Hamilton crossing the line. Where's Hamilton going to finish? P6. Sergeant Piastri. Stroll 18th in that Aston Martin. Tsunoda 17th. Lando Norris 16th. All out. Oh dear. Lance Stroll 18th in a car like that. The Aston Martins and the Mercs not looking as competitive as they looked all season, especially with Stroll being 18th. That is not good. Both McLarens out. Sargent at his own Grand Prix. Last. Tsunoda out. Nick de Vries out, qualifies his teammate. Fair play to the lad. He's had a shit season here so far, so fair play to him. Norris misses it by 600ths of a second to de Vries. Wow. Stroll knocked out. That is a big one, that. Big one. Oh, ad break now. Got an ad break. So up next will be Q2 once this ad break's done, which will then knock out the cars from P15 to P10. So another 5 cars will be knocked out. Okay, ad break's done now. Just having a little look on board with Hamilton. Oh, this is the replay of when he comes to blows with Magnussen in its wall. Oh, you couldn't. Yeah, Sergeant P20, teammate P14. Norris in, I watched practice 1. Norris was quite happy with the car in practice 1. And now, in Q1. So, not the greatest there for McLaren, especially with both of them being knocked out. Two Red Bulls first in the queue for Q2. At the front of the queue in the pit lane. Q2 is going to start in 50 seconds. Twenty seconds now. 20 seconds. And here we go then. Verstappen leads Perez for Q2. Light goes green. Here we go. Looked tighter in Q1, but it always looks tighter in Q1 because the quicker cars in Q1, the Red Bulls, they don't need to push at 100% because at 50%, they'd still get through. So illegal the fuckers are. Only one Aston Martin now of Alonso, so that's going to be a bit weird considering they're second in constructors. So far, 8 drivers out on track: Joe Alonso, Russell, Hulkenberg, Hamilton, Magnussen, Perez, Verstappen. 2 Mercs, 2 S's, 2 Red Bulls, 1 Aston, 1 Alfa Romeo. So we've got Verstappen coming around turn 17 now. He obviously just wants to get his bank lap in first, in the quicker car by around half a second or so. So get out first, avoid any trouble, put it all in your own hands. Coming up to turn 1 now, heavy braking zone, nicely done, not running wide. Through turn 2 and 3, can easily lose the car through, as Hulkenberg did in practice 1. Then 6, 7, high speed, left, right. Then you got a long straight, 29-1 for Verstappen in the first sector. Nice and strong sector that. Let's see what his teammate Perez has got. 29-2. 10th separating 2 Red Bulls in the first sector. That's probably the most technical part of the lap as well. So that's where most of the time is going to be found. As well as sector 2, that's quite technical. Technical even. Can fucking say. Fucking speak English. Verstappen straightens up the car for the long run down to turn 17. DRS activated. Push the car proper out wide to the wall there. Up to the line. 27-1. Decent lap that for Verstappen. Doesn't look like Perez is going to match it. Maybe 2 or 3 tenths off. 27-3. Goes quickest in the last sector, but 2 tenths off for Perez. Next up is George Russell. Let's see how far off he is. Oh, Joe's next up actually. 28-7. 28-1 for Russell. So second off Verstappen is Russell there. Let's see what Hamilton's got. He's next up across the line. Hamilton coming through turn 17. Rear end a bit loose there. Then 18. Then the run to the line. Little kink turn 19. It's going to probably be a bit slower than Russell there. Yeah, 28-3. 2 tenths slower than Russell there. Losing the rear end in turn 17. Alonso crosses the line P3, 27-4. That's a decent lap from Alonso, to be fair. Hulkenberg beating the 2 Mercs there, 27-9. He's looked on it other than in practice 1. When he crashed, he had a decent lap in practice 1 as well, to be fair. As both of the Hasses have now jumped the Mercs. The Mercs don't look very quick this weekend, that's for sure. Not even 4th quickest car at the moment. Race pace is always a bit different, but qualifying here, it's not looking strong for them. Might be like Baku, where one of the Mercs gets knocked out in Q2. It was Russell. And at this one in time, it's going to be Hamilton at this rate. Esteban Ocon setting up his lap now, going around turn 17. Setting it up, sorting all the switches out on wheel, getting it in the most optimal condition, optimal mode. And here we go then. Up to turn 19, run to the line. Esteban Ocon starts his flying lap, DRS open. Heading down to turn 1. Late braking but quite heavy. Flick the car right, then left. Looked like the rear end was a bit unstable, but he's managed to carry a lot of speed through there. Now down to turn 4, then 5 and 6. Carry the speed through, then trail brake through here. Line up, get a good exit, line up for the long straight. 3/10 off Verstappen in the first sector there. Decent lap. Not decent lap, decent first sector for Ocon even. DRS open. Is the DRS even open? Don't look like it was open there. Turn 11, then turn 12, the long but slow right-hander. Then a quick left-hander, but then you've got to brake pretty much straight away, flick it in left-right really quickly, then brake again for turn 16. Then you've got a long run down to turn 17. You've got to line it up, because if it's not lined up nicely, you're going to be losing a lot of time all the way down to turn 17. Around half a second down, Ocon is in the middle sector to Verstappen there. He's going to get a bit of a toe maybe from Albon, who just pulls out of the way now. As Ocon brakes, turn 17. Nicely done, right up against the wall, no snap, no oversteer. Turn 19, run up to the line. Where's it going to put him? P4. Good luck there from Ocon, 6/10 off. Next up, Pierre Gasly, up to the line. Where's he going to go? P5. So both of the Ashes and both the Alpines quicker than the Mercs so far. Oh dear. And Ferraris are now on their flyers. Has not set a lap yet, neither of them. As Sainz goes purple to the first. And Albon's only 3/10 down in the first sector as well. Sainz 29.1 in the first sector. Very strong around. Actually, it's not even that much quicker than Verstappen. I think that's maybe 200 or 300 quicker than Verstappen, but it's in a Ferrari, so that's a car that's around half a second slower or so. In race trim anyway, a lap. Leclerc 3/10 down in the middle sector. What's Sainz got in the middle sector? Sainz 200 up on Verstappen. Sainz on a very good lap at the moment, as Leclerc now brakes for turn 17. Then turn 18, turn 19, flat out, run to the line. Leclerc goes P4, 4/10 off. Meanwhile, Sainz behind, coming up to the line now. Where's he going to go? P2, 300 off, so he lost the time in the last sector. But the two technical sectors, turn 1 and 2, he was quicker. Albon 7th, both the Mercs in the knockout zone at the moment. Six and a half minutes to go, and at the moment we've got Bottas, De Vries, Zhou, Guan Yu, and Hamilton and Russell in the knockout zone. So the two Alfa Romeos, the Alfa Tauri, and the two Mercs in the knockout zone at the moment. Is Perez on a flying lap here? Looks like he is, but can't see the live timer at the bottom of the screen. The DRS is open, so I think Perez is on a flying lap here. Got a Mexican cheering Sergio Perez on here. And oh no, Perez came into the box. Perez been stopped at the weighbridge. Just having a little replay of Sergio Perez here. Does he lose the back end? Going into the high speed. Oh no, he clips the wall on the right hand side. On the entry of turn 4, the fast left-hander just clips the wall on the right hand side. The Alfa Romeos look like they're just about to set up a flying lap. Zhou's that ahead of Bottas, going to give Bottas a bit of a time in the long straight into turn 11, and then a toe into turn 17 as well. Zhou Zhou Guanyu's got the Ferrari ahead of him with Carlos Sainz, and that's just going to compromise the Alfa Romeos here a bit. Both of the Ferraris are actually, both on slow laps as Leclerc manages to get out of the way of Zhou Guanyu for turn 1, but Valtteri Bottas might get a bit of traffic from the Ferraris there in the first 1 or 2 corners as Zhou now heading up to turn 4. The fast turn 4, 5 and 6 got trail braking to turn 6, swooping left-hander here, turn 7, and you got the long run down to turn 11. Bottas only 300ths off Verstappen there, so the track's evolution ramping up massively. A lot more rubber on the track now. Track becoming a lot more greener. As Bottas only 400ths down there on Verstappen, so that's very impressive from Bottas. If he can keep that up, he'll chuck himself right towards the top of the top 10. Zhou, 2 tenths up on Magnussen, got to run Bottas, 6 tenths up on Magnussen, so Bottas looking like he could be in P4 or P5 if he keeps this up. Very strong lap for Bottas as Zhou now breaks for turn 17, the last proper corner on the track. Keep the car pointing in the straight line, nicely done rear end, don't step out. Turn 18 and 19, got the run to the line, flat out. Where's Zhou going to pull himself? P10, still at risk is Zhou. Valtteri Bottas on the other hand, P6. Still at risk, but it's a much more stronger lap than his teammate there. 4.5 tenths off Max Verstappen. Now this is where it gets big. Let's see where the two Mercs can put themselves. 13th and 14th, not looking good for them. Two and a half minutes left, so everyone now will be setting up for their last run of the session. Oh, another unsafe release from the Haas boys. Haas boys bring out Hulkenberg right in front of Alonso, has to slam the brakes on. But as the Haas of Nico Hulkenberg now, and that's Kevin Magnussen even, going to start his last flying lap of the session. At the moment P12 in the drop zone. Let's see what Magnussen can do then. DRS open, heading down to turn 1. Doesn't nail the apex, but it wasn't shocking. Through 2 and 3. Coming up to turn 4 now. Then 5 and 6. Then turn 7. Then he's got the long turn 8. Nicely done. Late apex. As Leclerc now goes a tenth quicker than Verstappen. Leclerc setting the fastest last sector as well, 24/7. Magnussen coming up to turn 11, then the long and slow turn 12, then you've got the technical turn 13 and 14 as Hulkenberg is the second down on Leclerc, not personal best sector there for Hulkenberg, as Verstappen goes 29 flat in the first sector, fastest of all so far. Turn 16 there for Hulkenberg, Magnussen even. Got the long back straight now, DRS open, run down to turn 17. Magnussen rounds turn 17, now turn 18, then the long run, well, the short run to the line, flat out, turn 19, where can he put himself? P7 at the moment for Magnussen, going to still be at risk. Next up across the line, Fernando Alonso, just come around turn 17 now. Verstappen, 26.8, a tenth and a half quicker than Leclerc. Fernando Alonso crossing the line now, run to the line, P3, 3 tenths off, personal best 2 sectors, purple last sector. Next across the line, Esteban Ocon, 2 personal best sectors across the line now, P6, 6.5 tenths off. Next up, Nick de Vries. Last at the moment, P15, crosses the line, stays last. 5.5 tenths off Gasly. Next up, George Russell. Hamilton, 2. Oh no, Russell P9. Hamilton's not improving. Lewis Hamilton, P13. Hamilton is out! Hamilton is out. Gasly P8. Russell at risk. If Albon improves, Russell's out. Russell through, but Hamilton 13th. Nick de Vries 15th, Jogan 14th, Hamilton 13th, Hulkenberg 12th, Albon 11th. Fuck's sake, man. Rear end was just all over the gaff. Rear end was just stepping out everywhere on Hamilton's lap. Through turn 12, rear end was going. Well, I said it might be like Azerbaijan last weekend, but the other way around, Hamilton's out this time and he is. He's not 11th though, he's 13th. He's got Haas and Williams ahead of him. Fuck's sake, man. Got an ad break now, brilliant. I don't know how flat out Verstappen was going, but it looks like Leclerc might be able to fight for pole, maybe Sainz as well, but we saw that last week at Azerbaijan and we saw the Red Bull in race trim, it just absolutely flies. Oh, can this head brake hurry up, man, fuck's sake. Oh, now I've got to have a look at the onboard of Lewis. Let's see. Oh shit, this was then. Rear snaps in turn 1, misses the apex. Turn 2, bit fidgety. Turn 3. Yeah, that's class that. That is top dollar, that. Fuck's sake. Can Q3 fucking start already, man? Fuck's sake. Second time this season. Norris been knocked out in Q1. Stroll, first time this season knocked out in Q1. Q3 starting in 20 seconds. Here we go then. Q3. Let's get this going then. 11 minutes. 12 minutes even. And Verstappen exits garage. He looks like he might just be out of reach. But if he makes one tiny error, it looks like Leclerc might be able to pounce on it. Perez maybe. Sainz if he absolutely nails it. Russell at the moment looks like he's going to be a P10. But let's see if he can get ahead of Magnussen, Bottas and Gasly, because he's going to have to try and fight for P7 here. He's not in the battle for the top 6, that's for sure. Here we go then. 7 cars on their outlap. Looks like one of the Alpines is out. The first car out. Then you got Verstappen. Then you got an Alpine, Aston Martin, Merc. Then you got the other. No, it's a Red Bull out in front of Verstappen. Then it's Perez. Then it's an Alpine. Then it's Alonso. Then it's Russell. Then it's another Alpine out on track. As Verstappen crosses the line. Let's see how this lap does then for Verstappen as he navigates turn 1, 2, 3, and now he's got the swooping right hander for turn 4 and 5, the fast left right, chucks it left, chucks it right, through turn 6, then 7. Oh, rear end steps out. That lap's over for Verstappen. Big snap of oversteer. Get in. That's lap over for Verstappen. He'll charge the battery. That's lap over for Verstappen there as his teammate Perez. 28.9 in the first sector for Sergio Perez. Fastest so far. Oh, this might spice it up a bit more now then if Verstappen's he's bottled it. Perez now run up to turn 17. Braking for turn 17 now, Sergio Perez. Nicely done. No corrections on the wheel. Run up to the line now. Sergio Perez. 1:26.8 for Sergio Perez. Ocon 27.9. A full second off. Alonso 27.2. Around 4 tenths off. Russell 27.8. Around 9 tenths off. Next up, Pierre Gasly up to the line. Crosses the line now. 27.7. Third. It does look like the Merc's the 5th or 6th quickest car this weekend. The Haas looks like it's got the pace. Charles Leclerc, fastest in the middle sector. Magnussen crossing the line now. Where's that going to put him? P3. Great lap from Magnussen. And Leclerc's locked up. Leclerc's locked up into turn 17. He was on a good lap, but he's locked up. That's going to be lap over for Leclerc. So Verstappen and Leclerc both bottling their laps. Oh ho ho! It's getting spicy now. And Leclerc, after locking up, is only around 500ths off Russell. Sainz goes third, 5 tenths off. But the two big boys for pole, Leclerc and Verstappen, both bottling it. Oh dear, here we go. 7 laps to go. Verstappen was the first of the two bottlers. Let's just have a look here. Goes through 5 and turn 6. Turn 6 he has a snap, and turn 7 he just run wide. Snaps it. He's on the radio swearing. Not happy, bunny. Just be a good driver, mate. That's all, mate. Don't pay the FIA for your championships. You might fucking learn to drive, you rat cunt. And then this is Leclerc, turn 17. Oh, big lock up. Sort of locked up before he even turned in, really. So at the moment, Alonso second, Perez first. Look, is Leclerc going to be coming in this lap, or is he going to try and put in a bit more representable lap? I don't know if he flat spotted that front left. Nah, he's coming in. He's coming in, Charles Leclerc. Whoa, 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 this is now all of a sudden very spicy, this has. Very spicy indeed. So qualifying was to end now. Top 10 for the grid tomorrow. Perez on pole, Alonso second, Sainz third, Magnussen fourth, Gasly fifth, Russell sixth, Leclerc seventh, Ocon eighth, Verstappen ninth, and Bottas 10th. No top 10 that would be very interesting. 5 minutes to go in the session. Probably got around another 2.5 minutes of car sitting in the garage. 3 minutes, and then it all gets a bit hectic. Gets down to that 1 lap shootout right at the end. Four and a half minutes now. Looks like Leclerc might be coming out a bit early. I mean, he hasn't got a representable lap time, and then Leclerc is coming out. Charles Leclerc is coming out now. 4 minutes on the clock. He might go for... So's Leclerc, so the Ferraris are going out a lot earlier than other people. This is Leclerc through turn 14, 15 and 16. Oh, I think he just grazes the wall. Hit the wall, exit turn 16. Team principal at Ferrari, Fred Vasseur, Not happy with that. Shaking the head. As now Verstappen's leaving the garage. He ain't got a lap time in yet. Here we go then. Let's see. All the cars now leaving the pit lane now. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Perez on provisional pole. Let's see what Leclerc, Verstappen, Alonso. Apparently Alonso did his lap time on a scrub set of tyres. So if that's true, if he can just equal that lap, he's going to find around a second anyway. Half a second with a new set of tyres. So that's going to be interesting. Let's see how this goes then. All 10 cars out on track now. The battle for pole. You'd still put your bottom dollar on Verstappen, but it looks like Perez could have it covered off here. Pressure on Verstappen. Here we can go. Leclerc coming up to turn 17 to start his lap. First car out. Here we go then. Charles Leclerc, turn 18, 19, the run to the line. Here we go. Charles Leclerc coming at P7. Let's see what he can do then. 2 minutes 20 on the clock. Charles Leclerc into turn 1. Nice and tidy it looks. Through turn 2 and turn 3. Nicely done from Charles Leclerc there. Turn 4, 5, 6. He ain't done a Verstappen. Oh, he spun! Charles Leclerc! He's out! He's into the wall! Charles Leclerc is out! He's done more than a Verstappen! That's going to be a red flag! And Verstappen should be off on the grid! Charles Leclerc's put it in the wall! Charles Leclerc is out! Charles Leclerc is out! He's out of the car! And is that going to be Sergio Perez on pole? 1 minute 30 left. Red flag! It's all over! Verstappen's 9th. I would believe that would be the end result. Perez on pole! Oh! Charles Leclerc's bottled it! Charles Leclerc has bottled it! Get in there! Second time he's done it, and that's going to be Sergio Perez on pole, surely! Sergio Perez on pole. Q3 will not be resumed. Verstappen's 9th. Come on. Perez on pole. Come on, lads. He's loving it. Alonso 2nd. Magnussen 4th. Gasly 5th. Sainz 3rd. Verstappen 9th. Oh ho ho! Well, that was spicy at the end there. That Q3 came to life as Leclerc pulling in the wall. It looked neat. It looked like he might have. He was proper pushing the limits. You could see he rode the curb and you could see sparks coming out, and it just went straight round right to the wall. Oh, what an end to Q3! Verstappen 9th. He's effing on the radio. Well, if you're a good enough lad, you would have put a lap time in first time round. You would not have ran wide. You would not have lost the rear end, lad. Kevin Magnussen P4. Great lap for him. He's loving it on the radio, is K-Mag. It's going to be spicy tomorrow then. You'll see Verstappen P2 by the end of lap 1. Oh yeah, he rides the curb too much and it sets the car off. He is a bottler, old Charles Leclerc. He's quick, but he is a proper bottler. And he absolutely smashes it into the tyre barrier. He might, yeah, that's very true as well. He might damage the gearbox there. So he sent it in a spin and sent the back into it. But yeah, you just see it. He rides the curb and it sort of flicks the car up a bit and then he's gone. That's the second time this weekend in the same corner. He's binned it. Charles Leclerc crashes out in Q3. Sergio Perez on pole. I'll see you tomorrow for the race.